Welcome to 108 Gate. We're doing the Divine Feminine reading. The Divine Masculine reading is uploading, and there are a few astrological sign readings for February left to do, but there are some up. I am in there is a link to Aries in the Divine Masculine reading, so you might want to check that out, because of it being so raw and relevant, as Chiron is in Aries and is heading straight towards True Node. So that's been an interesting vibe. So let's get on with this. So basically we're going to do 3 of those, the reading, 3 of those. So if you do not want to be listening to the tuning fork, you can mute now, and when I go back to the cards, then you'll know we're into the reading. So for those of you who do want the heart chakra tuning fork, here we go. So, divine feminine energy. Where is it? Where is it flowing? Is it flowing? Let's see. So, straight away we've got renewal. This ties in beautifully to what I've said about divine masculine reading, that Chiron is 16 degrees at Aries, True Node is 17 degrees Aries, so it's really feeling as though it's compressing those wounds, it's compressing that healing process, it's possibly putting pressure on some wounds that are not fully healed or that still need to be healed. It's quite an energy, it's quite something. And alongside that we've got Jupiter 7 degrees Taurus, and Uranus 19 degrees Taurus, so that's another compression that's going to be coming in. But the immediate one is Chiron in Aries, edging towards True Node. So with that, we're going to move along. The renewal, therefore, is supportive of what the Divine Masculine is feeling as not such a friendly energy. It's not such a great energy. If you've checked out the Divine Masculine reading, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I highly recommend you do. It's just so many aspects of switching around where the wounds have been neglected, or the wounds have been leading to us neglecting certain aspects of ourselves, and switching it around so that we are more supportive of self and more supportive of where we're heading. And how we do that, how do we word certain things, how do we approach certain things, how do we shift certain things so it's going in our favour as opposed to going against us. So self-acceptance is really important. Accepting where we are, accepting where we wanted to go, accepting that we may not have gone to the full level that we wanted to go before. Also reflecting on where did we see our future self being when we were children or as we were growing up. How much of that was actually a reality and how much of that is actually now. It's with something we may have held on to. It may have changed, it may have mutated, it may have shifted, it may have become a reality on some level. But the parts that we no longer need, the parts that we were kind of telling ourselves we wanted something when it didn't actually make sense, it doesn't fit in, it doesn't compute with who we actually authentically are. It feels more so of a level of wanting acceptance or approval from others, and then we kind of thought, I need to do this, I need to do that. Letting those things go and then leaving those things to kind of play themselves out when they've gone, because that's going to open up spaces and areas to accept self and more aspects of authentic self. I don't know if that made sense. 3 of Swords, that heartache, that heartbreak, it is a lot of disappointment, it is a lot of disapproval of self on some level. Not being happy with where you've got to, not being happy with how things are, not being happy with the circumstances, not being happy in certain situations. It's about finding those things that you can be grateful for. The gratitude is going to really, really amplify your recovery and renewal process and help you come out of the disappointment, the despair, and into the greater energies, the happier energies, the healed energies, the healthier energies. For some reason, it's coming up that some of you may be working on boundaries. Some of you may be working on when you've actually accumulated good things, that you're actually feeling more capable and able and willing to put in healthy boundaries to protect that which you're building. So you may have had it taken from you or destroyed by someone else in the past. This time you are making sure you've got your defense mechanisms, and I don't mean defense mechanisms as in like subconsciously you're hiding from certain things, or you're hiding from, or you're having to hide from certain things, or keep yourself excluded from certain things because of being in a defense mode. I mean more to do with having healthy boundaries, so you've got a defense mechanism up to say if anyone was to come and threaten what you are building, what you are growing, what you are nurturing, that they will be alerted, or you will be alerted to that happening on a subconscious level, on a conscious level, on energetic, emotional, however it is that you're setting these things up. Making sure that you are aware of how to keep yourself protected. You are aware of how to keep yourself aware of any conflicting energies that are coming in. So, for example, the way it's coming in is if someone was smiling at your face, smiling to you and giving you all the lip of how things are great and you're great and this, that and the other, but something's off. You can feel that that's something, something's untoward here and you don't quite know what it is. So trusting that instinct, trusting that intuition, and letting it show you what it is, letting it show you what the truth of this situation, this matter is, not assuming. So the Hierophant coming in here, that higher perspective, that higher guidance, it feels more relevant to say, coming in and supporting this process. The more you do this, the Queen of Cups is holding a cup up to self, accepting self, approving of the renewal, approving of the new way of seeing self, approving of the path that is meant for you, reimbursed, that's a really weird thing to say, reinstalled, reinstated, renewal. On some level, the things that are not for you and you've invested in, you may be getting some kind of energetic reimbursement for that, or you actually may be having some financial reimbursement. I don't know. Whoever that was for, I hope it's in your favour and wish you well. So 8 of Swords. The heartache has kept you in some disconnecting patterns, so disconnecting from certain opportunities, disconnecting self from certain ways of being, certain ways of thinking. So this reimbursement actually feels more and more relevant, of like you're going to be reimbursed the higher quality opportunities. You're going to be reimbursed some of the things that you've poured yourself into, but then it didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. It didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. So some of that energy is going to come back to you and renew you, reinstating some kind of courage and faith in your future that you're carving out for yourself. Interesting. Internet's gone off, so I can't see the astro chart now. High Priestess, bringing in the higher perspective, bringing in the higher connection, bringing in the higher intelligence. It feels really important to really listen to the higher intelligence. Like I said, to not assume, to not be drawing conclusions on things when we've only got part of the information. That often can lead us in the wrong direction, and we've just kind of like shot out of the gate before we've got all the information. It kind of puts us on a lower keel. You want to be putting yourself on the upper hand. You want to be giving yourself the power to make the correct decisions and choices in the correct way for you. So making sure you're doing that in a way which is allowing for so many shifts and changes to happen at once. Like the masculine reading, I've actually put on there, this is declared as a duvet day reading, because the reading was just so intense and so emotionally raw that it was like, if you are feeling like you need to give yourself that extra time in bed, or you need to give yourself a nap, or you need to give yourself that time to I don't know, you just want to go and meditate or be in the sauna or whatever it is for an extra half hour, an extra hour, just to get that silence and steadiness. Have an early night, whatever it is, have that extra thin slice of chocolate cake, whatever it is to make you feel a bit better today. It just feels really important. Like I said, when you come into this reading, whenever it's relevant for you, because everybody travels through the energies slightly different pace, different time. When we're ready. So here we go again. The 3 cups that are down, we need to see that the 3 cups are down. We need to acknowledge the 3 cups are down. Yet at the same time, we don't want to be stuck in this heartache and then locking ourselves up into this heartache so we can't unravel ourselves from it. We need to understand that those 3 cups are down, yes, but you've got 2 cups that are up. You have 2 cups that are up. So utilising the 2 cups that are up in your favour, for your favour, and what can you do from that? I think most importantly now, the inability to see the 2 cups are up is because the 3 cups that are down are so heavy and dense right now that it's quite difficult to even see that there are even possibility of 2 cups up. So this is why I feel like this Queen of Cups is really supportive of holding a cup up, kind of like holding up a light when you've got a dark tunnel, so at least you can like sense the flickering of a light or something like that when you're trying to get out of the dark tunnel. Remembering to ride the wave. The wave isn't going to last forever. The ride of the wave is going to be quite difficult. It could be that you're going through it now, I don't know. And if you are being gentle with self, making sure that you're it's like breaking out of an eggshell. So if you were to imagine how strong is an eggshell, and that little chick has to break itself out, or whatever it is that's in the egg, it has to break that shell to come out. It's like a rebirth, a renewal. But that doesn't come just as easy as just popping out. It literally is asking for you to stretch beyond your consciousness, your current consciousness, stretch beyond where you've locked yourself in the subconsciousness, stretch beyond this 8 of Swords energy and literally feel as though you're being liberated. Understand you can be liberated by your own thought process, by your own acceptance of self, accepting where you are. Stop not holding on to those things that kind of flew away or passed through your fingers or whatever it is. Really honing in on what have I got to my benefit right now. Queen of Wands, and then step up from there, step up and out from there with the, wow, okay, that just flew out light onto there. Step out with love. Part of that stepping out is making sure you have the appropriate self-love and rest. I keep saying it, and I've said it today again. I've even put Duvet Day on the Divine Masculine reading because it's such a strong energy. Making sure you're taking this time to rest, making sure you're taking this time to nurture yourself, to show the universe that I know that I feel a bit down, I know I feel a bit weak, I know I feel a bit rough and raw. And in response to that, I'm giving myself this time to rejuvenate. I'm giving myself this time to collect myself. I'm giving myself this time to understand that I'm not a machine. I'm not a robot. I am a feeling, sentient being who needs time to rest, who needs time to rejuvenate. Stop. Still. Collecting self and allowing things to kind of move along without you for a while, if that makes sense. It's about the not getting wrapped up in the thought of it, not getting wrapped up in the motion of it, and just staying still, letting it play out a bit. It's like it's got to catch up on itself. There may be some of you who've done so much work in the last few weeks or even months, possibly even intensely in the last few days, that you need to kind of let it all catch up on itself. So that stillness is just giving it time to make those shifts and changes. No resistance, releasing the resistance to the shift and change. That feels really powerful to say that. Then when you come out of this resting period, you will know which cups you got to stack up. You know that these 3 that are down, this feels really sweet. Those 3 that are down, you're going to be cleansing them and purifying them here, ready to collect your new cups and then stack them up. So having that patience and confidence in yourself to be able to do this, having that faith and trust in the process, having that faith and trust in, you just have to sometimes stop in, is actually more powerful than just trying to push it on. Like I said in the Divine Masculine reading, definitely check out the Aries reading, because it's very much so along the lines of these, and especially where Chiron is in relation to true node. It's really, really helpful to listen to what Aries reading is talking about right now. So with that, we're going to get one more card over here, and maybe one more here, and I don't want to go past that. So Ace of Pentacles, it is valuable to understand this pain. If you kept looking away from the pain, you kept looking away from those things that hurt and ache. Some people do that because they just can't deal with what's happened. Like, they numb it with various ways, overworking, over drinking, overstimulating, whatever it is, and just do anything and everything they possibly can to not acknowledge this. So for you to take the time to acknowledge what's going on, making sure you rest correctly and appropriately and properly for yourself, it's really, really invaluable of how much it's going to be reimbursing in yourself. And then you're going to know which way to step forward. Queen of Wands, there you go, you've chosen. So the Queen of Wands is beginning to show you this is where you need to go. You're beginning to feel it in your intuition, in your instincts. Let's go forward this way, let's go forward that way. And then you're going to be ready to leave those things behind and step forward in your correct direction. And that feels like a beautiful space to bring this reading to a close. So I'm going to do 3 more of these, maybe do 4, because there is a lot of intensity. I might even go on a bit longer, I don't know. Those of you who would like a personal reading, it's 108gate@gmail.com. Those of you who like the tuning fork, there's going to be those playlist of different ones available soon. If you don't want to hear the tuning forks, please do subscribe and hit the bell so you can be informed of other readings that are coming up. But those of you who do want the tuning forks, I might go a bit longer, so enjoy as much as you want. So I'll say for now, peace and love. Ready?